Greetings. My name is Michael Stavrakakis and I'm the singer of Doomocracy from Greece. Welcome to a brand new episode of Addicted to Lists. Today's episode, as you might have seen in the title, is about my favorite power metal albums. Power metal is a genre that I used to listen to more when I was younger, starting with bands like Rage, Blind Guardian, Gamma Ray, Halloween of course, and then moving on to the more prog power scene with bands like Angra and Conception. Power metal is characterized by double bass drum, fast riffs, and soaring high-pitched vocals. It is no surprise that some of my favorite metal singers are power metal singers like Michael Kiske, Ralph Shippers, Andrea Matos, and many more. Today's guests are Vasilis Misirlis, guitarist and vocalist of Hailsteel, and Dario Beretta, guitarist of Crimson Dawn and Drakkar. So if this sounds like a good idea to you, let's begin. Here are my favorite power metal albums of all time. As always, these are my favorite albums and not what I consider the best in heavy metal, as choosing the best is subjective. Parallel Minds by Conception is one of my favorite albums in heavy metal. It has an amazing album cover. It features the rhythm section which is really solid. One of my favorite guitarists in heavy metal, Tore Ostberg, with his amazingly clever, fast and flamingo-like soloing. Also, one of my favorite singers in heavy metal, Roy Khan, with his beautiful, characteristic voice and amazing vocal melodies. And of course, this album features one of the most iconic anthems in heavy metal, Roll the Fire, which as soon as the main riff starts, you want to start headbanging. Blackened Mind by Rage was actually the first album that I heard from Rage, and I was very lucky because as soon as I heard the album I got to see them live at Rock of Gods Festival in Athens along with Blind Guardian, Saxon and Slayer, which was actually my first major concert. Rage absolutely blew my mind that night. Back to the album though. I think Blackened Mind was Rage's heaviest album to that date. Blackened Mind features some of my favorite songs in power metal, like Blackened Mind, The Crawling Chaos, and Alive But Dead. A truly magnificent power metal album by one of my most favorite power metal bands. And the fact that I got to share the stage with them last year at Ethno Rocks Festival with Doomocracy was an amazing experience. Land of the Free, well what can I say? One of my favorite power metal albums of all time. Kai Hansen, the mastermind behind Halloween, and the great albums Walls of Jericho, Keeper of the Seven Keys Part 1, Keeper of the Seven Keys Part 2, and the amazing Gamma Ray. I love Ralph Shippers' voice and he is one of my favorite singers in heavy metal, so I was a bit sad when he left Gamma Ray. But when I listened to the glorious performance of Kai Hansen on Land of the Free, I was blown away. Excellent structured songs, beautiful lyrics, amazing vocal lines, excellent songs like Rebellion in Dreamland, Abyss of the Void, Gods of Deliverance, Land of the Free. And although my favorite Gamma Ray song is featured on another Gamma Ray album, I must admit that this is my favorite power metal and of course Gamma Ray album of all time. Moving on now, first Vasilis Misirlis, singer and guitarist of Hailsteel. Hailsteel is a band from Athens, Greece that was formed in 2015. In 2022, they released their first and only album so far called Raw Rapid Aggressive, an excellent mix of old-school heavy speed metal. I urge you to listen to their music and buy their album, you will not be disappointed. So here is Vasilis Misirlis' favorite power metal albums list. Now, Vasilis, that is a great list. And although we don't have that many albums in common, you gave me some new bands to check out, and that is very cool. Thank you. I must admit that nowadays I don't listen that much to power metal, but there are still some incredible power metal albums being released. Moving on now to Dario Beretta, the guitarist of Italian power metal band Drakkar and doom metal band Crimson Dawn. Drakkar has been around since 1995, with their latest album Chaos Lord being released in 2021, while Crimson Dawn has been around since 2005, having released 4 albums, with the latest, It Came From The Stars, being released last year. An excellent specimen of Italian epic doom metal following the legacy of bands like Epitaph, In Aevo Magere, Thunderstorm, and many more. I have shared the stage with Crimson Dawn a few years ago as we toured together with Doomocracy, and I must say that they are great musicians with beautiful theatrics on stage, and they definitely deserve your attention. So here is the list of favorite power metal albums by Dario Beretta.
Third place is for Rage, The Missing Link. Rage really represents well what power metal is all about to me, which is a very melodic sound, but at the same time a very powerful and heavy sound. And The Missing Link is a great record also because on top of having this power and melody thing, it's also very varied. Every song tells a story, and they're all different stories. A very wide range of emotions in that record, and that's what makes it special to me. Second place for Imaginations from the Other Side. As a whole, my favorite Blind Guardian album is probably Nightfall in Middle-earth, but that one is a mixed genre album. Imaginations on the Other Side is the last Blind Guardian album which I consider to be 100% power metal, and it's their best. Lots of layers of things, guitars and vocals and stuff. The arrangements are absolutely breathtaking on this album. There are these epic choruses, these wonderful melodic solos by Andre Olbrich. It's all in all a 10 out of 10 album for me. And then we come to the first place. I always tell people, to me, the best classic power metal album ever done. It wasn't done by a huge name. It was done by Heaven's Gate, okay, from Germany. It's Living in Hysteria. And to me, that's the epitome of what power metal is as a genre, you know? Like I said, power, melody, blistering guitar solos, wonderful drums, vocals which soar high but are also very expressive and have that grit and power when needed. So to me, Living in Hysteria is like the top of the genre. Thank you.
Now that's a great list, Dario. I must say that we have quite some common albums and similar taste. I think most people would say that their favorite power metal band is either Halloween or Blind Guardian, so it's nice to see someone else besides myself that mentions bands like Heaven's Gate and Rage. And it's nice to see you mention some Italian bands as well, like Rhapsody and Domine, which move more to the epic power for me, but I understand why you included them in your list. So that was it, favorite power metal albums. Thanks so much for watching. Until next time, stay safe and rock on. If you want to see the list of my favorite progressive metal albums, click here.